I was talking some PGA Tour and some golf as well as he joins us to recap what happened last week at the Memorial, which was a really fun tournament. We did have a big, long shot there in the playoff, which was incredible. And then we have the RBC Canadian Open followed by the big U.S. Open coming up next week. Brady, great to catch you. So, hey, back-to-back tournaments with a playoff. It was T.Poston and Ryan Gerard at 12 under. I mean, Wyndham Clark was among some of the favorites, and Fleetwood's always among the favorites. But man, somebody made a lot of money on that last week.
Oh, no doubt about it. T.Poston, a tour veteran, congratulations to him. Certainly the biggest win of his career. And, you go into a signature event like the Memorial and you're wanting all the luminaries to show up, and it turns out to be the T.Poston and Ryan Gerard show.
Yeah.
But, like you mentioned, the last 2 weeks have been decided by playoff. It has been exciting. And now it's National Open season. Let's go to Canada, play their national championship, the U.S. Open, then Scotland, the Scottish Open, and then the Open Championship, the granddaddy of them all at Royal Birkdale. So going to be a fun summer for the world of golf.
Definitely so. And this week is the appetizer, as we say, to the main course of the U.S. Open. So naturally, the field, as always, is going to be a little bit limited. You're not going to get some of the heavy hitters in this. And so who's playing this week very specifically, and who's choosing to take the week off and set us up here for what could be another, I think, very close round of golf coming on Sunday to determine a winner?
Yeah, this is a really good tournament. This is the longest running PGA Tour event outside of the major championships. It's been around since 1904, and it is Canada's National Open. And they come out in droves as far as the fans and whatnot. It's a good event. And there are some names. Tommy Fleetwood's here, Justin Rose, Shane Lowry, Matt Fitzpatrick, Brooks Koepka is a popular choice this week. And the names that are not here, most noticeably, I would say Rory McIlroy and Scottie Scheffler. Xander Schauffele is not around as these guys prepare for next week at Shinnecock. But yeah, it's a good stretch of golf here for, all the way really till the Open Championship in July. And this is a perfect little primer, like you say, appetizer to get things kicked off. The greens are the same here. It's a bent grass Poana blend. That's the same surface that we see at Shinnecock next week for the U.S. Open. It'll be a different test for sure. But these last 2 weeks, the Memorial and now Canada, are nice little warm-up rounds for what we have coming up in New York next week.
All right, so let's take a look at your card. As always, I see the biggest long shot on your card all season long. I don't think it made our graphic there. I thought I saw 175 to 1. Did I see that?
Yeah, 175 to 1. And, I'm kind of kicking myself now. Jackson Suber at 175 to 1, and he's still at DraftKings at 185 to 1.
Wow.
I thought I had stumbled across a nice little, diamond in the rough long shot here. And then I come to find out as the week rolls on, there's a number of people that like Jackson Suber this week. And you know how a public underdog usually fares, Craig. So apparently I'm not alone in identifying this guy as maybe being undervalued. But, other than that, I went with some of the shorter shots. I went to the very top of the board with Tommy Fleetwood. You mentioned he was right there in the mix last week at the Memorial. He's done brilliant at this tournament in Canada before. Shane Lowry in the neighborhood of 35 or 40 to 1 has been outstanding at this event, as has Justin Rose and Aaron Rai, of course, your PGA champion. Those four guys have been money at the Canadian Open, and I went with them. And then Eric Cole, who nearly got it home for us a couple weeks ago at the Colonial, and then the aforementioned Jackson Suber.
All right, so the U.S. Open is coming up next week, and we're on limited time here, Brady, so I do want to just ask you real quick about it before you go. The thing that stands out for me with the odds here is, why is Jon Rahm 14 to 1? 2 years ago, I would have said, not that he's 14 to 1. Why does he have the third shortest odds on the board? Again, 2 years ago, this wouldn't even been a question. He was one of the best golfers in the world, probably still one of the best. But why is he ahead of Cam Young and Xander and all these other guys? Does he play well here?
I'm not really sure. He is a U.S. Open winner at Torrey Pines in 2021, but that's a very different test, I believe, than what Shinnecock presents. Similar putting surface, coastal, that type of thing. And he just finished very well at the PGA Championship. I'm not quite sure. I don't know if I'm going to land on Jon Rahm, Craig, but it is peculiar where he is placed in the odds board.
All right, Brady, have a great rest of your week. Appreciate it.
You bet.